Hello everybody and welcome to another video. Last week we learned all about standing titans, and this week we are going to be learning all about crawling titans, including how to kill them. All of the footage that you're going to be seeing in the background is going to be on hard difficulty because I want you guys to be moving away from playing in normal difficulty and more into hard difficulty, and I'll go into more in detail during the next couple of videos when I actually talk about how to kill standing titans. But for now, we're just going to steamroll on and learn how to kill crawlers on hard difficulty. Okay, I'm going to do this step by step. So yeah, step 1 is get the crawler as far away from any nearby titans as you possibly can. More often than not, just as you're about to kill the crawler, or just after you've killed the crawler, you're gonna get attacked by another nearby titan. This might not always be possible, but nonetheless, just try your best. Step 2 is to get into something that I like to call the base position. Now, if you look at the footage in the background, the base position is basically this moment right here, where you are hooked onto the wall just above the crawler. And from there, what you can do is you can simply drop down to the nape and slice. That is the easiest way to kill a titan, and any tutorials video that doesn't teach this method for killing crawlers isn't a very good tutorial and is probably teaching you some very wrong things. But yeah, that is the base position. Something that you have to keep in mind about the base position is that once you get into the base position, most likely you'll be holding 3 keys. You'll be holding Q, you'll be holding E, and you'll be holding W. Now Q and E you obviously need to stay hooked above the crawler, but as soon as you get into base position, what you want to do is you want to let go of W, otherwise you'll start wall running up the building or you'll start backflipping off of the building, and neither of those are something that you really want. Otherwise you're basically nullifying the advantage of getting into the base position in the first place by getting out of position. So in this footage that I showed you, the crawler doesn't actually have aggro on me when I first get into base position. So I can just sneak up behind him and I can hook onto base position without getting into too much trouble. But when the titan, or when the crawler is actually aggroed onto me, that's when things get a little bit strange. So in city, the easiest thing that I can do is just get on a rooftop. That's the first thing that you have to do as soon as a crawler aggroes onto you. If the crawler is large enough that it just tries running into you, then your base position is basically the rooftop, and from there you can just fall straight into the crawler's nape and slice it out. But when the crawler is small enough that it wants to jump at you when you're at the top of the building, that's when there's more trouble for you than is normally necessary. So the first method for taking crawlers out that jump is to drop on the other side and then go around the building. And once you're there, you just go into base position, and once you're there, it's just a simple matter of falling onto the nape again. And this method is especially useful for really small crawlers because even the slightest distance above their heads will probably cause them to jump. So yeah, it's really difficult to go up against them. So doing this is probably the easiest method when you're going against really small crawlers. But I kind of want to show you guys a different method. And this one requires a bit more skill and a little bit more luck, but it's by far the more interesting and the more efficient. So I'm going to show it to you guys. Basically, as the crawler starts jumping, as it reaches the peak of its jump, hook onto it, and you should fall straight down into its nape. And it looks quite cool, it's really fast, and yeah, you feel like a total badass. This works from any height, so here I hook onto the titan just as it comes up. I kind of get stuck on the slope there because it wasn't as steep as the roofs, but nonetheless it worked, and that's really what matters. And yeah, I fall right down onto its nape. With regards to meeting crawlers on the ground, okay, technically this shouldn't be happening, because if you remember from the maps video, I've told you guys to stay off of the ground as much as possible. If you want to run to save gas, then running on the rooftops is by far the better option. But yeah, if you do happen to meet a crawler on the ground, then just approximate its size and then hook onto the building where you would normally find yourself in base position. So here I find a pretty large titan, so I just get to the top of the building and from there I just fall down to the nape. So over here in forest, what I do is I see the crawler running towards me and I just hook onto the base position, and then from there I can just kill the titan. With the really small crawlers, you also have the option to do something that's a little bit more dramatic. So what you do is you run away from the crawler, and just as he is about to reach you, you jump up, you hook onto the crawler's forehead, and you should land perfectly on the nape. This is hard, but it is satisfying. It is really, really satisfying. Something else that you can do is you can just try and wing it. You know, you just try your best to kill the titan before it eats you. Here I actually succeed somehow. Yeah, there you go. That was a pretty smooth kill. I wasn't expecting anything like that to happen at all, but it happened. So yeah. Now there's something special with forest, okay? Because surrounding the forest is a lot of grasslands, right? And the crawler, you often find the crawler in forests just running around in the edge of the map near the grass. And because of that, it's really hard to get into base position. Well, in fact, it's pretty much impossible to get into base position if the crawler's really far away from the trees. So there's a few ways that you can counter that, and the first one is you just wait for the crawler to run back towards the trees. Luckily, it just started running straight towards me, so I don't know if that was coincidental or if it actually aggroed onto me, but it started running right towards me and I could just get into base position because I was standing near a tree. A little method that I taught myself is you can, without letting go of your hooks on the tree, you can also aggro the crawler if it's near the edge of the map. And basically what you do is you hook onto a tree and you reel out, and then you reel in and reel out and reel in, reel out, and you just kind of keep that yo-yo movement going until the crawler finally aggroes onto you. And once that happens, you're basically guaranteed for the crawler to start chasing you, at which point you can just go back into base position and kill the crawler. Something else that you can do is you can just sneak up to the crawler and then hook on to it and yeah, just wing it, like I said before. And sometimes it works really well, like just now, and sometimes it just, you're in for a wild ride for a bit until you kill it. When the crawler is in the middle of the forest, it's just a matter of finding a tree and then killing it. If the crawler does start, you know, doing like a wild rodeo show, the benefit of forest is you can just kind of like rehook onto a nearby tree so that you can get back into base position. Here I got a bit lucky because even though it did get shot up a bit, the branches stopped the crawler from jumping at me, so that was alright. So most of you guys, I'm assuming most of you guys probably play on normal right now, and something interesting that you can do with SASHA'S special is the small titans to the medium-sized titans, right? What you can do is you can use your potato speed to completely outrun them. So as you can see here, the crawler just cannot catch up to SASHA'S speed, but yeah, and then that happens, but whatever. But when you go on hard, a crawler of a similar size easily outruns SASHA. So yeah, her special is basically useless on hard for outrunning crawlers. And just to kind of show that point, even a small titan like the one I see here just runs straight through SASHA and kind of leaves a very, yeah, a morbid image behind. Now that I'm talking about stuff that's not entirely related with killing crawlers, I might as well say that if you go into the edge of the forest map, so right onto the edge of the plains, basically what you can do is large crawlers cannot reach you because the hands push against the edge of the map, which then pushes the entire body back, which then means that it just cannot reach you. I don't know if you can kill the crawler from this location. You probably can, but I kind of screwed up really badly here. So yeah, that's the way it ended. But yeah, I guess that's useful if you want to, if you're Marco and you can hold that crawler's attention. You can grab a friend to then just sneak up behind the crawler and then kill it. But yeah, if none of that works at all, then you can just simply sneak up on the crawler, hook onto it, and yeah, just wing it. The reason I keep talking about winging it is because ultimately the only way you can definitely kill a crawler is if you're not scared by it. If you are afraid of being like run over or getting ninjaed by a crawler, then the chances are you're going to be killed more than you are going to be killing crawlers. So yeah, just don't be afraid of crawlers. Don't be afraid to get really close to them. Don't be afraid to wing it. It might seem like I'm giving really useless feedback, but really winging it and just getting close to a crawler is the best way that you can eventually lose your fear of being run over by a crawler. And yeah, just have fun whenever you see a crawler. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, hope you learned something useful, hope you found something new that you can work with. Even if you are someone who's pretty experienced with killing crawlers. I know that base position is very, very popular, but there are numerous ways that you can interact with crawlers, and I want you guys to kind of feel that for yourself, and hopefully this video helped you guys understand that. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, share it with your friends and anyone else who needs it, comment, ask questions, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.